Hello and welcome to a different type of video again. Basically, for a while now, I've been kind of short on actually a what I would call actual useful camera. So far, I've been using the iPad Pro as my camera, so I haven't been able to do a lot of actual live stuff. So instead, what I've got today, and I've kind of ordered this yesterday, so literally this came super fast, is the a6100 Sony camera. This is capable of 4K resolutions. It's sort of the replacement for the a6000, I believe. It's not the most expensive, and it's not the top spec that they do in their range. The best camera, I'd say, for price to performance ratio would probably be the 6400. Don't have that kind of money, so the 6100 kind of just a job for me. Also, I like the fact that you can actually tilt the screen to face yourself, so it's perfect for sort of vlogging, I suppose. I've used the Sony cameras quite a lot at work, where I work, so I'm quite familiar with this type of camera. Not used the 6100 because it wasn't out at the time, so I've used the 6300, the 600. I think I've used a 6400 once, but yeah, this is a sort of job. So I'm just doing a very impromptu unboxing, and this will be the camera I hopefully will now use mainly for like live streams or more advanced tutorials where I need a kind of second camera, because doing everything on your own device's camera is a bit of a problem at times. Just get all this paperwork, gubbins and warranties and instruction manuals, who needs those, out of the way, and focus on getting the nitty-gritty guts out. So I'm having to do this on the sofa, mainly because I haven't got my table and computer prepared at this moment in time. I'm currently busy doing other stuff. That's the camera, I'll look at that in a second. So we have our UK plug, because if you didn't know, I live in the UK. We have our NPFW50 battery. Need to get more of these, I will, because I just know that. I've also got an SD card being shipped over, that hopefully will come today as well. So until then, I actually can't really record on it. European plug adapter, won't probably need that. Viewfinder little cap thing. Oh, there's another battery. So you get, I know that's the adapter. So it's a charging brick. Micro USB, shame not USB-C, but it'll do a job. And a carry strap, and that's basically it. You don't get a huge amount in the box, but you get what you need. This camera cost me £750, which is a lot of money. I even had to cancel an iPad case and some other bits and bobs just to get this, but this is kind of a more pressing concern. So let's get the it out itself. Wow, okay. So this is the camera, obviously. Straight away I can tell by looking by the feel of it, it's different to the ones I'm used to. Looking about budget 5100. Yes, I was actually looking at the Sony a5100 myself. Only reason I went for the 6 series personally is the 4K capabilities. This is the lowest 4K I could get from the Sony range. The 5100s are actually really good value for the money. I've always used the 6 series cameras. I have used the A7s. I think the A7s are way overpriced personally. And that's just sort of, you know, that is your profession. I'm not a photographer. We actually use these, believe it or not, as studio cameras now with some adaptions, because we're finding that these are actually better quality. I did not get a prime lens. This cost me so much money, I can't afford any lenses at this point in time. I need to buy some lenses. If anyone's got any recommendations for lenses, please let me know. The battery one's low. Yeah, that's why I need to get more batteries. I kind of know that these are quite battery hungry little blighters. Yeah, if anyone can recommend me some lenses or some cheap places to get some that fit an E-mount for this, let me know. I'm not a photographer by trade. I kind of more into VFX and post-production, but this is the bit I'm super happy about. The ability to just tilt that screen up and be able to see myself. So expensive here in my country. Yeah, the this is what this annoyingly is quite expensive in the UK as well. It's 750. Now that doesn't sound a lot, but in America, I believe it's on discount in quite a lot of places over there, so you can get this cheaper. And but by the time I pay import costs and such, but this was actually meant to be £1,000 at one stage, or it's £900. It would have been cheaper for me to buy it without the lens, obviously, but then trying to source one of these lenses during lockdown, or any lens in lockdown, is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I haven't got an SD card yet, so I can't really show any recording, and I don't think it's going to have any charge on it, so I probably won't be able to actually do much with that. But I can kind of just give you, this is more like an overview. I'll kind of do a proper review in action and get some shots of this once I've got this all charged up and such. I do know that the downside of the 6100 over the 600 series is this screen here has a lower pixel ratio than the 6300 and other models. $900. Okay, that's, I'm trying to work out translation. It's probably actually the same as it is over here in terms of price. But yeah, 4K. It's just, I don't know how much I could say about it. I wish I could show you. Ports, mini HDMI or micro HDMI type B, I believe. Micro USB, microphone input. So there's no headphone output, only a microphone input. But that is, again, combining that with what I'll be using, which will be the Zoom H1N, will hopefully give me a bit of audio experience. This one does have touchscreen, yes. I don't know how nice that'll be. For myself, I'll quite be okay, because again, I'm not a professional photographer, I'm not a videographer by trade, so me touching the screen will probably be fine. Some people may find that tetchy, depending, especially, it's not a big camera, it's not a heavy camera, it's definitely lighter than the other 6 series cameras I've used at work before. It doesn't have AEL auto lock, I believe, so you can't lock it at it. It can film 100 FPS HD, I think. Let me just, again, I'm going to have to double verify some of this. Like I said, it does 30 FPS at 4K. I believe it can do maybe 100 at HD. Let's just see what it says on the box. Anybody has any answers, feel free to just probably a Google search. It will probably give you the answer for that, to be honest. It might do, it might not. It's not a big deal for myself, and I probably won't be ever recording at that kind of ratios. It does have, it's 11 FPS fast shoot, so you can hold the button down and it'll take 11 photos per second, supposedly. There have been reports it's a little bit slower than the 6400, or at least it gives the impression of being slower. This does have a higher dynamic lighting ISO, so this one can go to 32,000 ISO, I believe, and I believe the 6000 series was a bit less than that. This has also got Bluetooth, whereas the other the other cameras in the series don't. It's also NFC, they all have NFC, so you just tap it against. I don't have any other lenses, and that is literally the point. That's the problem. I've gone from being somebody who had a hybrid DSLR, which means I couldn't remove a lens, to somebody now who basically is starting or needs to get into actually recording things, and I'm taking photos again. I used to take photos, and I used to have quite a good, I'd say quite a decent digital camera, but again, it wasn't one I could change the lenses on. And I do use the university ones where I work quite a lot, so I have had experience of using different lenses. They've got every type of lens you can imagine, Sigmas, Canon, you name it, they've got it. They've even got some that in themselves actually cost shit tons. Also got access to a red camera. That is a bugger to assemble, I'll say that. But yeah, but in terms of lens, I've only got a stock lens, which is a shame. But like I said, I'm literally after recommendations or help or information on this. I just wanted to kind of increase my production value where possible. Also, I wanted something that I could plug into my computer. Yeah, I've never bought a compact camera. I've always had hybrid cameras. But hybrid cameras, as anybody, as you probably aware or know, hybrid cameras aren't a replacement for an actual one where you can physically take the lens off. So let's just take the stock lens off. So that's the that's a mirrorless sensor in there. So it's not a full size one like the 6400s, I believe, or the A7s. But there we go. It'll do what I need it to do. But yeah, that's basically it. That's, like I said, this isn't a review. This literally just came. I wanted to open it. I don't know how you plan to record on it, but I saw some pretty dope vids filmed with kit lenses. My intention with this is I want to be able to plug it into a computer and use it essentially like a webcam. Most of the time, that'll be its most regular use. Believe it or not, I can do that fairly easily with these cameras. I also wanted something that could work fairly well or decent in low light. Every camera I've got so far, so I've got a GoPro, which is again useless except for outdoors. But every camera I've got tends to have too much noise interference. Even this camera here, the iPad Pro's camera, is getting a bit of noise interference. And it's a bit blurry. It's not focusing super well here. But I wanted something that basically I've got more control of, that I can kind of, hack about with. Yes, that's the reason I wanted. I've heard great things about low light with the alphas, and this one has the highest, well, for the price, ISO level. Which camera I'm using now? I'm just using the iPad Pro camera. I'm using the tablets camera. This is the problem I've had. I had cameras. I sold my cameras years ago when I ran into financial. Well, when I needed money, basically. I have a habit of buying, I'll just give you a quick pan. Oh, I have a habit of buying things like little robots, drones that I can put 360 cameras onto, which I've done now. I've got a few 360 cameras, but again, I've left them at work. I have about 6 different VR headsets. There's 2 of them in shop now. We've got about 4 computers in this house of different levels. We've got 2 Google Homes. We've got Lexus. We've got haptic objects. We've got an electric scooter, which is literally just off shop over there. So yeah, I've got a habit of buying tech quite a lot, and I'd love to get a holographic screen. That's something I'm next looking at, but I've always kind of skipped out on getting something to actually show my tech off or do it justice. So I used to use just my phone camera. Now I'm running the S10 Plus. It's getting a bit tight now, but this can film in 4K, but obviously not to the level of what a proper camera can do. And that was my workhorse largely. But yeah, the only thing I was a bit sad about this one is compared to the other models, it's a slightly cheaper build. It has a feel of metal. It feels like metal to me, but it hasn't got that texture that the others have. This will not, I wouldn't take this out in rain or sleet or anything like that. This is something that is very much for indoor. I would love to be able to do more stuff with it. We're still in lockdown at the moment in the UK. We're kind of coming to the point where we might be able to start easing the lockdown restrictions. And like I said, I normally just use the cameras at work for my tutorials. I've got quite a lot planned. I want to do a course on 360 for businesses and some other professional VR setup videos. But in order to do that, I needed a camera. I can't use my tablet as the camera. I can't use my phone as a camera because I need those for work purposes. So I needed a dedicated camera, and I would normally take one from work. I can't get one from work. I wanted a Sony camera for a long time. I wanted the 6400. I wanted the A7. They're too expensive over here, so I went with the 6100. I wanted to get a Nintendo Switch, but probably ended up getting a camera. Yeah, it's hard. I tell you, it's really hard at the moment getting anything. I've had to get this through a company called John Lewis, because if I wanted to get this from like Argos or Amazon, the sellers on there I didn't trust because they'd never heard of them. And Argos just had it but didn't have the lens, or they had the lens for more money than it would cost to buy the body and the lens separately. And then Curry's were out of stock too. Can't get the 6300 or 6600 over in the UK. They don't sell those models here. We only have the 6000, 6100 and 6400. And that's it. We don't have any other models available that I can find, not ones that aren't being imported in. But prices are going up on tech. Yeah, that's very much aware. That's why I wanted to sort of buy stuff now. I'm investing in equipment now, just because I'm aware that once this epidemic kind of comes to a kind of petering end, things will go up and money will go down. I'm currently and just been literally furloughed literally this last week. So, but that has meant I've been allowed to work on other projects. And I've got a lot of backlog projects. So again, today was meant to be a tutorial video day. I can't do that because I've got a lot of other things to do. But yeah, and I want to play about with this as well, to be honest with you. So yeah, when I got this set up, I'll probably do a little short, here's some things I did with it kind of video. But other than that, I'm not going to do a lot with it, really. And again, it might be a bit overkill, possibly, largely for what I'm going to use it for. But I want to get back out there once I can, start taking photos, start doing more cool things. And I needed a camera to do that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Sorry this isn't a kind of video that I normally do on my channel, but I just wanted to do this. And like I said, I wish I could turn it on, but I'm going to have to charge the battery up because it's not going to let me charge, and I don't want to put the battery in without charging up first in case it needs the initial full charge. And I'll hopefully get some more lenses, but I can't afford any more lenses at the moment. So in fact, this here wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for my Patreon subscribers, YouTube AdSense, and Gumroad sales. So literally all that money has gone into reinvesting into buying equipment to make the content look better and be better, and hopefully so I can do more different types of content. So yeah, it's thank you very much. I'll definitely have fun using it. God, I'm just thinking of a million and one things I could do with it once I can actually get to places. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have a fantastic day. How do I end the stream? I press this button here.